Last Monday, September 19, there was a program that as of August 1st, 2016, Maimonides is a trauma center for both adults and children. There were NYC officials, dignitaries, community leaders, and a large number of different community members. While giving out details of the trauma center, Mr. Kenneth Gibbs, the president and CEO, said,
I start by welcoming all of you as leaders of the community here, and I'm not in a position to give everybody a shout out, but I do want to do two things. One, I do it on behalf of our institution and our board, and we have with us two board members, Frank Nacarado and Herb Leshkowitz. And I want to open with a thank you on a very serious note, in the sense that the events of the last couple of days speak to the challenges in the world. And we in Brooklyn are an incredibly diverse community that I think works incredibly well together. But I want to give a shout out to our friends from the NYPD. I get emotional saying this, but I think what they have accomplished in very short order is phenomenal. And I think it is so important for all of us to maintain our daily lives in the face of this kind of threat, and to have a sense of feeling secure and trust in our community. And I think they have demonstrated why we have such great confidence in them. And it is a major bulwark of our ability to stand up and be the diverse, open community that we are, that we can trust that we are protected in this way. So I really say thank you. But call to Douglas, and it seems we stand for the highest quality care in Brooklyn, and care being local. And trauma is in part about timing, and about being available, being immediate, being fast, and being local, while at the same time delivering clinical excellence. And tonight we get to showcase what we've begun, but it will only succeed if it's interwoven in the fabric of the community that you all represent. So it's very important for us to be able to have a meeting like this and to welcome all of you and have a chance to talk about who we are and the hard work that we've done. All right. Talk to Sabrina later. She sent me an email earlier today about something. So, coordinator. PI, performance improvement, constant improvement. Just because we're doing something doesn't mean we can't do it better. Gia Ramsey, trauma injury prevention, education, outreach coordinator. Nurse specialist in pediatric. Dr. Dan, pediatric surgery, medical director, pediatric trauma. You know, George, you didn't get in my notes, but our acting chair of pediatrics, George Fulton. And so now I want to turn it over to Dr. Ronald Simon, who is the Director of Trauma and Acute Care Surgery, the Director of our Surgical Intensive Care Unit, and who was brought in to really lead this effort and shape it.
I'm so glad you all could come tonight and make it and share this exciting time with us. So just a little bit about me real quick. I have a really long history in trauma. It started out many years ago when I was in high school, when I became an EMT, and I used to run around on an ambulance in Central Park called the Central Park Medical Unit, and we used to pick up all the bicyclists and in those days there were roller skaters, there were no roller blades. That began my interest in trauma and critical care. And I took a long road through medical school at the Albert Einstein College of Medicine residency, at the other M Hospital, Montefiore Medical Center. And then I did my trauma fellowship at shock trauma in Baltimore. And I went back to the Bronx and worked for 5 years at Lincoln Medical Center in the good old days when the South Bronx was the South Bronx. It was a rootin' tootin' place. It's not quite as elegant as it is now. And then went up north, worked for about 13, 14 years at Jacobi Medical Center, and then went to Bellevue to the city. So I'm really happy to be here.